Hello, and welcome to Gerund Plays MS Paint. This is going to be a video inspired by JsmithOTI's MS Paint Let's Play series, and for that reason, I'm going to be drawing JsmithOTI. So let's get started here. I see in the latest version of MS Paint they have these brush tools. But I've noticed that these have all kinds of like anti-aliasing, and it looks weird when you fill it in. So I'm just going to be using the good old pencil tool. Has always been in MS Paint. Classic feature. And I'm just going to go in and get started here. And I think what I'm going to do is just be using the colors that are default to the program. And it's going to be kind of, it's going to be kind of crazy looking. It's going to be kind of like impressionistic or something like that. And this is not something that I am particularly good at, is like using weird color palettes. It's not something that I do a lot of, but I'm just gonna do the best I can here and, you know, see what happens. That's a little too far up, and yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. And there are a few tricks that I can show you with MS Paint here, because I have done some work in MS Paint, but I don't know if I'm gonna really use the tricks. But here, I'll just show you one cool thing, just because. If you hold down Control and plus, it changes the size of your brush, and so you can. It sometimes glitches out too, so it's not a very good feature, but it's kind of a secret trick. You heard it here first. You can drag it along and hold down the tool. But as you can see, it's very difficult to use, and you kind of have to mangle your hand to get it right, because it doesn't accept the plus and minus keys on the main section of the keyboard. It only works with the numpad plus and minus. And so if you're using your one hand to use your mouse, then trying to like mangle your hand to do the plus and minus keys, it just gets very difficult. I don't know if there's much in the way of shortcut keys in this program, because that would be really nice. But I think I might just be, you know, stuck with clicking. And sorry that you can probably hear all the clicking noises. I don't have a very good microphone setup or anything like that. I'm going to draw his beard before I fill in that area. And you can probably tell why. It's because I keep getting... I'm losing the definition in his jawline, and as we all know, JsmithOTI, he's got definition in his jawline. You don't even have to worry about that. So, I'm gonna, you know, get some beard going so that we don't lose that definition. I'm trying to like make it a little wiggly, but I think I'm just gonna let my hand do its wiggle on its own, be as wiggly as it wants to be, because I am using a mouse here. I have a drawing tablet for drawing right in front of me. In fact, my mouse is on the surface of the drawing tablet, but I'm choosing not to use it because, I mean, honestly, I don't think MS Paint was made to be played with a drawing tablet. I think you're supposed to use a mouse. I think that's just, you know, part of the rules. It's kind of like using a like a gamepad with like an auto fire in when you're like playing Mega Man on an emulator. It's kind of like that, where he's firing way faster than you could reasonably tap. Although actually, in Mega Man, you can only have like 3 bullets on the screen at once, so firing really fast can often be detrimental. It's pretty snazzily designed in that sense. They thought of that case where it encourages you not to spam the shoot button in a lot of situations. So that is cool. And nope. There's that. And his head is looking a little bit wider than it is in actuality. And I think that's just gonna sort of go away when we put on his headphones. Yeah, so I'm being a purist here with the mouse, and it's quite difficult to make lines that are not wobbly, not very, very wobbly. But I'm kind of just going with the wobble. That's what you gotta do in life sometimes. You gotta go with the wobble. And a lot of the reason, I'm gonna be honest, that I am not using different colors is because I am lazy. And I don't want to use different colors. I don't want to go and you know, go into this little color editor and slide all the little sliders, because that's you know, that's what I do all day, every day. That's my job. So no sliders for me. No sliders. Nothing against White Castle, but I'm just gonna... Oh, that's a different color blue. That was an accident, but maybe it's a happy accident, as our favorite Bob Ross likes to say. He's my favorite anyway. He may not be yours. Actually, favorite, that's kind of a strong descriptor, but I think he's very interesting. And interesting is good in my book. I like strange people. Oh, and I can go ahead and fill this part in. And I think even though he has this sort of brownish shirt color, I'm gonna go with this blue color that I used for his headphones. Because just for the kind of the variety. So that it looks a bit more dynamic color-wise. I'm making this little section so that it can be a bit of a highlight here. You can kind of see that in the source. Oh, but you can't actually see the source image, so Sorry about that. I haven't figured out how to do that kind of business yet. I'm gonna get myself a thicker pencil. And here's kind of the moment of truth. Because up until now, you haven't been able to see if my drawing is gonna look real weird yet or not. Because the eyes, when you're doing a drawing, you kinda, until the eyes, you can kinda just be like, oh, it's just this cool shapes. Cool shapes, you know, they look nice, whatever. But once you got eyes and all these facial features going, it's like, dude, that's a really messed up face you made there. It becomes a lot less forgiving of a whole situation. This is just a photograph of JsmithOTI that I found when I Google image searched JsmithOTI. And you know what, I think I'm actually gonna redo that one eye there, eyebrow, because this one is a little, this one's a little raised, it's a little quizzical, his brow is a bit furrowed here. Here I'm gonna do my enlarge the brush trick. Not in the trickiest of ways, just so that I can enlarge a little bit faster. We're getting some more hair going. And we'll bring back the fill tool to make Fez 2. Just kidding. And now we're going to go for broke here with the pupils. I'm gonna give him lovely blue eyes. I'm not really sure what color his eyes are because this is not a high quality photo. Let's see. See how that looks filled in. We'll have enough undos where we can bring it back if we don't like that. You know, that's looking okay. Although now his eyebrow is looking a little small, maybe a little distant, a little small. That's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. This is beginning to look a little Jesus-like. You know how Jesus kind of, in a lot of those old paintings, he's kind of looking lazily off to the side. And his brow is a little furrowed because, you know, he's sort of like sad about your sins, but he still loves you, or something like that. Okay. That's too dark. That's too dark. But maybe I'll leave that there. And now maybe we just want some highlights. highlights for the nose. Do I like that? I don't really like that highlight. Did I erase something that I didn't mean to? Pretty sure I did. Okay, so that, I meant that to be the purple color, because I didn't want it to be totally dark. And then some, there's a big highlight right here on the side of this, his sort of upper lip. And yeah, I need to adjust this highlight to give proper room for, oh no. To give proper room for the lip highlight. Is this the color? Is this color even even? Yeah. I don't necessarily like that more. Let's, I'm going to try to sort of bring this back and just a little more in the way of highlights. What's my time looking at? Oh my gosh, whoa! This was a lot longer than I thought. I thought this was going to be a really short video, but I guess not. I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna really quick draw his finger. Pointing up. And then fill in this background. And I think I'm gonna call it a day right there. Sorry, that went way longer than I thought it would. Here is JsmithOTI by Gerund. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.